Welcome back, guys. We are driving to the gym once again, and I want to preface this by saying that I put basically zero thought into what I talk about in these in these videos. But I do sometimes see or hear something during the day, and I think, okay, that would be interesting to kind of form some opinions on later while I'm driving to the gym. So, not necessarily form opinions on, but just, share my thoughts on. I don't know exactly what I'm going to, talk about regarding this, but what I saw was, it was just today. I was on YouTube for whatever reason, trying to kill some time while I was waiting for something, and I just looked up recent AI innovations, okay? And all of the videos that I saw, I have actually, I should also preface this by saying that for the past couple of months, I downloaded an app that, not an app, but a browser extension that stops YouTube from showing me recommendations. So it deletes the YouTube homepage, basically. All I can see is who I'm subscribed to, and then I can search for stuff. So I searched for AI recommendations, and this is, after a while of, I haven't seen much clickbaity stuff because I tend to not search for things. I just watch what's in my subscriptions tab. And when I searched this, so many of the videos were so clickbaity, and, I'm one to talk. My videos, there would be a catchy title and thumbnail to go with them. But, these were, pretty broad topics that they were talking about. One was like, Elon Musk shares shocking AI prediction or something like, there's just all kinds of stuff like that. And it just made me realize that, surely all of these videos weren't as shocking as the title and thumbnail wanted them to seem. Maybe some of them were, but for the most part, how much shocking stuff can there really be? And, it was just like every video was like, this is insane, this is crazy. And I am totally, like, I have definitely been a part of that in the past, and perhaps will be in the future. I don't know. Maybe that's just the way that it has to be. It kind of is, just because the YouTube algorithm really, the click-through rate on videos is important. It's important how long people watch also, which, that's why you want to have a good video. But a big part of having a good video is getting people in initially. So you've got to have this shocking or very enticing thumbnail and title to go along with it that people want to click on. And so it's understandable that it ends up being that way. And maybe that's one of the reasons why TikTok has done so well and captured so many people's attention, because they don't have, as far as I'm concerned, I don't actually use TikTok, but they don't have thumbnails or titles really. They just, you just swipe onto the next piece of content, and an AI is thinking about, okay, what does this person want to see? The algorithm just figures out, okay, let me just show them the next thing that they're likely to want to see. And in a way that kind of gets rid of, the titles and thumbnails are kind of unnecessary. They're good for what YouTube does, where people are often searching for specific information, which is, it's nice to have a title to tell you what is a video going to be about. TikTok, if you're just purely on it for entertainment's sake, you're not trying to learn anything, because you can't really, maybe you could search for something, I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, on TikTok, you're mostly there for the entertainment value. And so it's okay to have an algorithm completely in control, because a lot of the time people probably don't even want to think about what they want to see. They just want something to come on and they want it to be good. And so if that's all TikTok's basing their algorithm on, is how good are these videos? How good are these TikToks that people are watching? Based on the watch time and how many likes and that kind of stuff that it gets, then yeah, it makes a lot of sense that that's going to be a really successful platform. And now that's kind of been adopted by YouTube as shorts. YouTube has shorts, Instagram has Instagram Reels, Facebook has some kind of reel-like content. Might be the exact same thing as Instagram Reels, just on Facebook. And so it makes sense that that type of content does really well. Obviously, once again, better for entertainment purposes, not for actually finding information, which YouTube is just so good at. I've been using it recently to help me learn about construction techniques because I'm building a patio, and you just get exactly what you need. And I've learned a lot of stuff. And whenever something goes wrong with a sink in my house, like whenever there's plumbing work that needs to be done, I just look up, okay, like this kind of issue with a sink, and a great video pops up most of the time that highlights exactly how to fix it. A lot of car issues can be fixed that way. Nothing major, like I'm not fixing the engine, but if something's wrong with or just like how to change the oil in a specific model, like you get a new car and you're like, I'm not sure how to change the oil in this, then there's a video that highlights exactly how to change the battery. Like, the batteries are placed in different spots, and you could look at it and just say, oh, I think you just unscrew this and that. But if you watch the video, it shows you exactly how to do it, and it's so quick, and then you're not going to mess up, or you're much less likely to mess up if you've already seen someone do it. So YouTube is great for that. But the titles and thumbnails do make the entertainment aspect kind of messy, because a lot of the time I feel like someone might have a great title and a great thumbnail, but the video just isn't that good. It's not really what you wanted to see. And, you're just kind of tricked. And then, you end up watching something for a minute or two, a couple minutes, and you realize, I don't really like this. And then you click off of it. And by that point, you're kind of like, you're maybe a little discouraged. You're bored of using YouTube, and maybe some people stop, at least for that period of time. They're like, all right, let me go find something else to do. And TikTok, people they stay on it for hours because it's just swipe, swipe, swipe. And, YouTube kind of has something similar built in where it's like, you see all these other videos right next to the current one and you think maybe that video will be better. But if you hit 2 or 3 dud videos in a row where just the title and thumbnail sounded interesting, then, you're done. Like, you're out of it. So also, TikTok's being so quick probably helps with that too, because for sure you end up hitting some TikToks that you don't want to watch, but they're all so short that if it's not the kind of content you want, you're just instantly swiping onto the next thing and something's instantly playing. It's just a lot more seamless, which, I mean, good for them that they were able to make something so addictive to so many people. I knew like that I better not get on TikTok, because that would just be too much for me. I'd get sucked into it. So I just decided to stay off. I remember when it was coming out and it was a big deal, and everyone was making TikToks because they were still trying to get creators to make content. There wasn't enough content like, 5 or 6 years ago. And, a lot of people in my college were making TikToks, and just like a lot of girls would upload TikToks just doing dance trends and stuff. And, that's what TikTok started out as, but it's gotten, much bigger and more in depth. There's a lot more kinds of stuff that you could find on it, and the content's gotten a lot better, is my understanding. I had it way back when. I downloaded it initially, like years and years ago, and used it for a little bit, and I was like, all right, this isn't really adding anything to my life. It's kind of just a time sink, and I deleted it. And I have it on my phone now. Technically, it's on my phone. I never open it, just because I want to use it to advertise in the future. But that's the only reason I've got it. And another reason that I would rather not have it on my phone is because I've heard there's a lot of security issues. Where, they're taking your data and who knows where it's going. But I don't know. I mean, there's nothing too interesting on my phone, I'll tell you that. And maybe you could say, oh, they'll get your bank passwords, and when they try to shut everything down, it'll, you'll be one of the victims too. Maybe, but I don't know. I'm gonna leave it there. Maybe I'll delete it in the future. If I could upload TikToks, like, just to the web, that would be ideal. I'd rather not have it on my phone, but if it's got to be there, whatever. Other than that, guys, we're about to park. This was an interesting thought that I had earlier today, just looking at those videos, and I don't really know where it took us. I don't really know what we gained from having discussed this, but I hope you enjoyed. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.